what's the outlook for 2025? Let's discuss it. Hey guys, how's it going? This is James Krim. We're here talking about things real estate, finance, business, being the best you. Let's go. Don't forget, feel free to like, comment, share. So in order for us to talk about 2025, let's kind of talk a little bit about what 2024 brought us. We thought and when 2024 was going to bring a spot where we were going to lower interest rates, and maybe then the floodgates were going to go ahead and happen, and more people were going to go ahead and rush to buy homes because it's going to be more affordable, because lo and behold, interest rates went down, and now we can go ahead and get back. We're going to enjoy life as usual. Well, looks like most people here were wrong. So not only that, even though interest rates in the federal level have gone down, mortgage interest rates itself have either just leveled off or increased a little bit. And in fact, what leads us into 2025 is that it looks like interest rates are going to be the same. So if you're someone, I remember talking to a lot of people saying like, hey, I'm just waiting for interest rates to go down, and then I'm going to go ahead and make my move. Well, last year that didn't work out for people, and it looks like this year most likely is not going to work out for the people who still have that same plan too as well. However, most likely though, what we will see is a decrease in prices. I think it's going to be less of a decrease in home values, but it's going to be a more decrease in growth of value increases compared to last year or the year before. I believe because there's going to be a little bit more inventory that's in the market, but then also too, that's going to just, what people think is that, yes, because there's going to be more inventory. And usually when I'm talking more about like the Sun Belt area, Florida, that's where I live. But this is also, you could take this as a national picture too as well. Because what people, I believe that if you look online and you see, I'm pretty sure you see doom and gloom, collapse and all that, which honestly, I really believe, I said that last year, is housing collapse is not going to happen. I'm saying that this year, housing collapse is not going to happen. We have a lot of things intact. This is not 2006. I know people try to compare things to 2006, but the way which laws and requirements were back then, it's really different compared to now. And just the barriers and the systems that are in place to make sure that people that do have the homes are able to afford it and make the payments, I think is a lot better compared to 2006. And that if somehow, God forbid, that someone, there is a wave of people losing their homes, I think that the demand is so high that I think it would just go ahead and capture or kind of cancel out those people who are losing. If that's happening, I don't believe that that's going to happen though. I believe that there may be some price decreases in homes, but I also believe that it's going to be more of a balance between where homeowners are expectations and also the realtor's expectations, and then also for the realtor trying to figure out what's the best price for this thing. So I think with the market, going down, prices may go down, but I think it's just more of it just being a balancing act and just kind of finding the system of where we kind of are with prices right there, compared to more homes in the area, and then also just what's the local area market looking like and what that price is, and then also making sure that the owner is good with it too as well. So if that's the case, and if you're someone in the area, and I'm not saying like there aren't deals that are going to be out there, because I really strongly believe that because it is going to be more the same, that deals that different developers have already been putting out there is going to continue, and they might be even more because they want to make sure that they're selling these homes, and there's going to be a lot more new homes constructions taking place, especially in the rental market too, as well. If you're someone that's looking to rent, this may be a good year for you because there's a lot more rental units that are available too that they can go ahead and fill. So if you're someone that's renting, go ahead and look at that. So even though I'm not saying doom and gloom for the residential real estate market, I just think it's just more of a stagnation kind of thing. It's just going to be more of the same. One area within the residential real estate market, I think that is going to continue to blossom, I guess, is more of the luxury real estate areas. So between the pandemic area, so let's say between 2019 and now, residential real estate markets have grown about 57% within, but like 5% within the last year. And this is according to like the Business Journal. Whereas the global luxury real estate market has increased 60% since 2019 and 10% alone last year right there. So I think this market is really favoring people, who's not really caring about interest rates, and then to people who have a lot of cash or a lot of assets that are on hand to go ahead and be able to afford these places. So if you're someone that is maybe that is in the area where like, hey, I would really like to go ahead and buy a home, but the affordability is not there for me. And if you fall in those categories right there, there's still things. I'm not saying like, hey, pack up, don't look for a home. It's pointless. I'm not saying that right there. It's just that in the way in which we move from, now to, the time that you go ahead and are able to accomplish those goals of buying a home is, what can you go ahead and do to put you in the best position to be able to become that homeowner? I think that's going to be more important this year, and making whatever sacrifices that you may have to do. And I'm just talking about more like financial. So let's say, for example, that there's someone, and I've been saying this a lot with my clients, is that they want to become homeowners and they may actually have decent income. But what is going on is that a lot of debts is like, whether it's between like the debts or the credit situation is in a way in which that if, let's say, for example, that they would be ready to go ahead and purchase a home today, their debt to income ratios aren't, favorable for them to go ahead and purchase as much home as they may want or be able to afford in this market. And then also too, as well, is people's credit scores. I'm not saying that it could be decent, but trying to bring it up to as high as possible so that you can also have the lowest interest rate possible too as well. Just think about it. Just a 0.25% interest rate increase could be a difference of $10,000 to about $20,000, and that's just on a $500,000 loan itself right there, and that's just over the lifetime on the loan. So any interest rate changes could help you to afford more homes. So if we can go ahead and focus on those things, the debt, lowering your debts, if we can go ahead and focus on increasing our credit, but then also figuring out, and I think this is hard for a lot of people, it's just figuring out ways, especially in this market and how prices have increased a lot too as well, is figuring out ways in which we can go ahead and bring in more income, or making sure that we set ourselves so that we are in a career that is progressing, so that as things are increasing, that your income is increasing, your value is increasing too as well, so that you can go ahead and afford it. Because I think what's going to happen is that people are going to try to get into these homes, and when they get into these homes and realize like all the payments that they have to make, because a lot of people only think about just the mortgage payment, but there's a lot of other payments that are going on, let alone just the mortgage payment. And it's my goal. I don't want you to go ahead and get into a beautiful home that you may like, but then now you're not able to go ahead and afford to put on curtains on the windows, right? I'll talk to you later, and hope you guys are great, and I'll see you at the next one.